This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff, Alan, Erica, and we are taking a look back at some of our favorite stories, like this one about Ricky Schroder calling out Dave Grohl. Remember that? Ricky was upset that Dave's band, the Foo Fighters, held a concert only for vaccinated people. So he wrote on his Instagram that Kurt Cobain was laughing at him, at Dave Grohl. Well, that got my blood boiling. Watch.
You would be all bent out of shape?
What do you mean fronted my husband?
Offended.
Oh.
Who cares what Ricky Schroder? You think
my
Dave
husband's
Grohl?
alive. Kurt Cobain's, he's going to throw Kurt Cobain in Dave Grohl's face?
Do you think
he doesn't care what Ricky Schroder thinks?
Maybe
That's not even what this
but
is about.
But the fans do. I care.
There were 12 people there, Sam.
Yeah, who cares?
You wouldn't. Am I really like the only person?
No, I understand what you're saying. If you're gonna throw something in someone's face and it's a deceased friend,
thank you.
That is like it's super low.
But
that's
it's
what
also
she's saying.
desperate, Erica. It's super desperate from a man that is trying to make himself relevant, Jeff, in 2021.
Right.
He's clearly not, because there's 12 people there. His last camera appearance was outside of a Walmart. This guy used to be famous.
Costco.
So I feel like this is just a sad man. I'm sure there's a 7-Eleven somewhere on his agenda to have some outburst in. But this is what happens when you don't identify yourself.
I agree with you, but listen, there are people that really, really care for Kurt Cobain and everything he stood for. Just
You're
like
looking
people,
at it two different ways.
No, I'm not. Who are you protective over? Maybe you're protective over Kobe Bryant, like my husband is. You don't want to see people.
Yeah, but if Ricky Schroder offends someone that I don't know Ricky Schroder. I don't care what you have to say, Ricky Schroder.
That's how
I
feel.
You're crazy.
I'm not offended
He's
of Ricky.
Yelling at Costco people and telling people what 11 of our followers to not go into this concert. You're out of your mind. I don't care what you have to say. Why would someone's words affect you?
It doesn't
you want to
affect
teach
me.
him a lesson?
No, it doesn't affect me. I think everyone's missing my point, and let me clarify. So if haven't been clear, I apologize. My point is that when you are a big fan of a certain celebrity, whether it's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, or Kurt Cobain, you don't want to see their name misrepresented or maligned when they're 6 feet under. There's a respect there.
No, Sam,
and
you have a moral compass.
I'm just saying Ricky Schroder, does it offend me personally? No, but I want to set the record straight, because I sit on a TV show and my voice is, people are going to hear this. That's wrong. I still think that was super low, and I'm glad I said what I said.
There's a difference between it being low and like, who cares? It's Ricky Schroder yelling at people in front of a Walmart.
But it matters. It matters when we say something's right or wrong. And that was wrong.
No one's saying it's not wrong, but it doesn't matter. Both can be true.
Oh, so you would like it if somebody completely maligned Kobe Bryant's name?
I would keep walking.
Really?
And then look at clips of Kobe Bryant balling out on my phone. Yes. All right. Speaking of fights like we just had, we did a story about how Monopoly is the most banned board game because of all the fights it causes. I could see that. Well, I ended up confessing a little Monopoly story of my own. I'm sorry, Marcella.
And someone always is cheating. Albert, come on now. Have you ever played the banker and took some from the old bank? Be honest.
I have a confession. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. When my mom was in graduate school studying for a PhD, my grandmother would babysit my sister and I, and we would play Monopoly, and my grandmother would wipe the floor with me. And I used to get so mad about it that I would, before we played the game, I would take like a couple $100 and put it in the bathroom and go get it, because I was cleaned out and I was tired of losing to Nana. So I apologize to my wonderful grandmother. Sorry your grandson was cheating you, but you were beating me too bad.
Your grandmother knew.
Yeah, Nana knew. I got to go to the bathroom, baby. Nana knew.
$200 shows up.
Absolutely she did.
Yeah, that's funny.
Absolutely,
Thank
yes.
you for that confession.
That's a rough one. And just for the follow-up, one time we were at dinner, and my grandmother, this is old school, she used to clean her house. You know, this is old school. So she's cleaning her guest bathroom. She came up, and she goes, I think you left this upstairs, and put like $400 of Monopoly money in front of me. But it was so classy, but I was just like, hilarious. The shame over me. I remember exactly where I was sitting when it happened. Sorry, Marcella.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
Taught you a lesson,
that's right.
Just like the quiet
and
way.
still won.
Yeah,
with
I
me
know.
cheating with bathroom money.
back from the money. I can't. Coming up on DBL, we look back at world-renowned mentalist Wayne Hoffman and how he blew our minds with his psychic mind tricks. And the ringmaster himself, Jerry Springer, looks back at his time on his iconic talk show and if people really take him seriously as Judge Jerry. Stay with us. DBL is your daytime destination.
Does this feel good?
This lifted my spirits. We're chatting with the stars.
One of the highlights of my life.
To turn up the notch on that.
It's spectacular.
Thank you.
And talking about what everyone is talking about.
I want to set the record straight.
I feel like I'm going to offend somebody here.
I'm in so much trouble.
This is nonsense.
Al's not lying.
What?
Yes! Yes!
DBL is all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. For 27 years, Jerry Springer presided over his talk show like a ringmaster. There were fights, brawls, and most times it was utter chaos. Now Jerry is putting his law degree to work and settling cases in court. Here's a look back at our talk with Jerry in today's Chatting with the Stars. Friend of the show, Jerry Springer. Welcome to DBL.
Hi.
So the Jerry Springer Show, let's get right to it, was known, of course, for those crazy brawls and fights. But it didn't start out like that. Is that right?
It started out as a normal talk show, kind of boring, because I was picked to replace Phil Donahue. And Bert Dubrow, who you may know, he runs your operation there.
There he is.
Bert went to the, there he is, and he was wearing a mask back then. But
that explains a lot.
That's only when he went into the bank. Yeah. But he went to the CEO and said, Phil's retiring. How about, you know, Jerry as a new host of a talk show, which they would produce. All of a sudden, I was assigned to do this talk show. It started out normal.
So Mr. Jerry Springer, right over there.
And then one day, about 2 or 3 years in, there was a fight on the show. And we didn't even have any security. No one ever thought there'd be a fight on a talk show. Literally, a riot broke out for it lasted about 10, 15 minutes before order was restored. Wow. And Bert was seen on camera saying, "We're going national. We're going national."
Oh my God. Of course.
And
of course.
And I'm thinking, this is the end of my career. But I thought it was all over. And obviously it wasn't.
I love those stories, and especially Bert. That's right.
I know.
That's right. That's so Bert. That's so Bert.
Predictable.
Yeah. Before I get to my question, Jerry, how often do people come up to you on the street and just go, Jerry, Jerry?
Pretty much all the time. The thing is, at my age, my wife is saying now they should start chanting your address so you know how to get home.
Oh, my gosh.
You look fantastic, Jerry. You look fantastic. 27 years the Jerry Springer Show ran. Do you have one moment that sticks out other than the one that you just told us? Because that was a great one.
It was all stupid. Let me see. Well, I always say the guy that married his horse.
What?
That was always the show. Yeah, he married his horse. We did, just so you think we don't care, we did a follow-up show because the horse left him. The guy lived outside of Branson, Missouri. The hallways were extra wide because the horse lived inside the home with him. Oh, my God. And it was really kind of weird.
You think?
27 years, you run out of stories, I guess.
I guess so. Wow. Yeah.
Jerry, I just absolutely adore you. Being able to go to your show when I was in college at DePaul University was like scoring tickets.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, and on top of that, I interned at the Hancock Building, and you gave me some very sage advice. I was at a radio station. He told me that I should never be picking up packages for people when I don't know what's inside of them.
And look how well you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we all know that you were the mayor of Cincinnati in the 70s, so we want to get your take on some hot-button political issues that are going on right now. So, as we know, Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California. What do you think about celebrities in general running for office?
Fame is important in terms of being able to get votes, but it doesn't say whether or not you'll be good in office. So I wouldn't make a judgment until I know where these particular celebrities stand on the issues, what their level of competence is. Do they really care about the poor? Are they just doing it because it's an ego trip?
Yeah, that's a very fair statement. So, Jerry, we also want your take on President Trump being banned from Facebook. What do you think about that ban?
The Supreme Court has already said that you have free speech, but you can't yell fire in a theater because we're not going to protect that because something bad could happen because of that. Well, with Trump, we have inspiring an insurrection where people were killed and, police officers were killed. People charged the Capitol. People tried to overthrow the government, in fact, killed some of our political leaders. And so, therefore, I think that they may very well have the right to ban him based on there's no evidence that he's sorry for what he did or that he'll stop doing it. Free speech is every constitutional right has limits to it, even speech.
I like that answer. All right, Jerry, I want to get to your new show, Judge Jerry. It's been on for 3 seasons now.
That's horrible to say.
But it's the truth.
You're a lawyer in real life. How do you get people to take you serious as a judge after 27 years of the Jerry Springer Show? And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No, that's fine. Well, when I bang that gavel, they take it serious because whatever judgment I make, that's the law. If they weren't friendly towards me or, let's say, fans or whatever, they would never accept having this trial on our show. When they file a suit, they have no idea they're going to wind up on television.
Wow, well, that's the real deal.
Plus, NBC saves money. The network saves money having me be a judge because they don't have to have a clothing allowance. They just give me the same robe every day.
So do we at this show.
Yeah. You know what? You guys look a lot better.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. So many layers to you. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us here in DBL. DBL Nation, the 3rd season of Judge Jerry is airing weekdays. Be sure to check your local listings for times. We hope to see you soon, Jerry. Take care. Be safe.
You guys are great. Thanks for having me.
I'm Lindsay Granger. I'm a trained journalist. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I learned to extensively research. I've written a documentary. I describe myself as the host that will bring a fresh perspective to the panel. I think Tori and I might disagree.
Not a nice thing for the president to say.
Everyone's blowing out of proportion.
But that's okay, because today we need that. DBL is a creative, fun, and fast-paced type of show. Who wouldn't want to be at DBL? I'm looking forward to joining the panel and getting into some fun, interesting, and intense conversations. But it's important today. We need to agree to disagree and have the dialogue. A lot of people watch TV and say, how am I represented? DBL is the answer to that question. I'm Lindsay Granger, and I hope to be your voice.
Welcome back to DBL. No trip down DBL memory lane would be complete without mentalist Wayne Hoffman and his insane mind tricks. Check out what happened the last time he was on our show. I'm a little nervous. Take it away.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so we're going to try an experiment, and I'm excited for this one. I actually asked the producers to make sure you guys have a deck of cards. And Al, I think they were going to give them to you. Do you have a deck of cards with you?
I have them right here.
You do?
I'm ready to go.
And they're in a box, too. So here's what I want you to do, Al. I want you to, without showing the camera any of the cards, and don't even look at them yourself, I want you to take the deck of cards out of the box, and I want you to hold them in your hands like this, face down, so they're in between both of your hands, all right?
Okay.
Now, I want you to take the top half of the deck, and I want you to lay them on the table face down. So take about half of the cards, cut them, lay them face down on the table. Good. Okay. Now take the stack that's remaining in your hand, and I want you to lay them crossways on top of the other pack. So you make a little cross on the table, if that makes sense. Just lay it down. So you basically just cut the cards. Now, Al, do you have any idea where you cut? Is there any way you would know where you cut to?
Absolutely not.
Of course. Now, you're on the other side of the country, so there's no way that I could know either. No. But here's the weird part. I got dressed for the occasion today. That's right. I got this necklace from a little shop. It's called the Conjurer's Cabinet. They sell cool stuff for magicians. What? And I bought this necklace with a pendant. Take a look at this. My pendant is the Ace of Spades, which is my lucky card. Now, if I'm correct, not only did you cut there, but I cut to the same exact spot as well. So what I want you to do, Al, is lift up the top half of your deck and see if you cut to that ace.
It better not be an Ace of Spades. What? Stop it. How?
I promised. Yes, I promise I did not. That is.
That is so
I'm feeling like Erica feels like when she makes that face like this is weird. That was not a trick. I mean,
you didn't touch it.
I promise, Jeff. You know.
I swear.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you're incredible. What else do you have for us today, Wayne?
It's a great question. So I have another exciting one for you guys. We're going to try something with both Jeff and Sam. We're going to have you both involved. And this next one is a test in fate. And I'm a big believer in both luck and fate. So I have a book here. What you guys are going to do is you're going to help me select a random page number out of the book, all right? So what's going to go down is this. I'm going to take a card, and you guys can tell me where you want me to actually place. We'll use it as a bookmark. You can place it kind of toward the bottom, toward the middle, toward the top. So we'll start here. Jeff, do you want me to place this bookmark toward the direct, right down the middle, little south of middle, or a little north of middle? It's up to you.
I'm an end of story kind of guy. I'm going to go a little south.
Little south, you got it. Now, here is where things get interesting. Now, you could cut to any page that you wanted to. If you would have opened up here, you would have had, let's see, page, what is this? Page 70, or no, what is that, 16. But you didn't. You went way deeper. You went toward the bottom of the book. Now, here's where things get even weirder. I'm going to open it to where you cut, but I'm not going to show you guys the page number in a minute. Now, Sam, do you want to move a few pages toward the beginning or a few pages toward the end of the book? It's up to you.
Yep. Since Jeff is an end of story type of guy, let's move it in the opposite direction.
All right, we'll do a couple pages this way. Now, how many pages approximately do you want to go? It's up to you.
Let's go with lucky number 11.
All right, we'll try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pages. Now, before I show you the page that you selected, I'm only going to give you one shot. Do you guys want to keep the page that we're at, or do you want to change it?
Dealer always says stick.
All right.
Okay, I'll go with Jeff on this one. Stick it.
Okay. Now, when your head hits the pillow tonight and you're wondering what would have happened if you would have changed it, just think about this moment, because I asked you if you wanted to change it. Check it out. We'll get a punch in on what page you selected here. You selected page 92 and 93. So here, we'll go for the, let's see, where are we at here? This one right here. So you open to page 92. Okay, now that's totally random. You know, it's decisions that you made to page 92. Well, that's your lucky number for the day. And you know what's funny?
What?
That's my lucky number too. You see, I used to play sports, and anytime I would be on a new team, I was always asking the coach, hey, can I get my lucky number? And oftentimes, I did.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait.
What if we switched?
I am done.
Wait, what if we
switched? I love
what
that.
If I said 7 pages? What if I said 49 pages, which I almost did, but then I thought for time purposes.
Every time. Every single time.
Man, you're the best way.
Wayne, you are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. We thank you so much. We love you.
You're the best, Wayne.
Man. For more info on Wayne Hoffman and to book him for virtual events, head over to his website at waynehoffman.com. He is the real deal.
You won't be disappointed.
You'll be scared. We'll be right back.
Hey DBL Nation, my name is Jeff Schroeder and I'm the host that's going to bring honesty to the panel. I think something most people might not know about me is that I actually met my wife on a reality show and we've been together for 10 years and have 2 children now. What makes me different from the other hosts is I'll always try to see the other side. No matter what side I'm on, I want the audience to know that there is another side to the conversation and that I'm listening. The co-host that irritates me easily, Tori Shulman.
Was that the lamest thing I've ever? I wanted to, yeah.
Sadly, no. What makes Daily Blast Live different from other shows is that we bring honest opinions in all different walks of life. DBL is real, DBL is raw, DBL is honest.
Welcome back to DBL. It's summer, a great time to get outside and enjoy the sun. But did you know excessive heat can have a big impact on your home? We're chatting about it in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. First, paint. Heat can lead to paint damage on the exterior of your home. Paint lead. Look for bubbling, chipping, or flaking as a sign. Protect or fix the damage before it leads to moisture and mold issues in your home. Second, wood. The heat can easily dry out your home's wood structures like your deck. Use a primer or paint that can help prevent that. And third, check your roof. It can take a beating if it's too hot. Look for blistering or cracking material as a sign. Homeowners will often catch these types of damages too late, but insurance will help. Having the right insurance is so important, and we've made it easy for you, of course. So for quality and affordable insurance, the Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. So call the Hartford at 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com.
I was just, as you were reading that, I was thinking, Jeff, it seems like you really do that.
What?
Like do those kinds of things for your home, like watching for cracks. You seem like you're on top of your house. It's a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the, like if my roof looked like that, you got to call somebody.
Right.
Don't get up there and try to fix it yourself. Yeah. I was like, no, mine's not that bad. But if there's little things around the house, I'll get it fixed. But if those big things happen, you got to call a professional.
That's the way to do it.
Sam, how do you say roof? They want to know.
Roof.
Yeah, you say
Roof. I say both.
Well, you said
no,
roof.
you don't. You say one.
There's something on the roof. There's something on the roof.
There you go.
Wait,
no,
hold on. I'm trying to see what I would say. There's something on the roof. There's something on the roof. I say roof. I say roof.
You sound like roof. They're going to do like a meme. There's something on the roof. There's something on the
roof. 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 There it is. DBL's new every day. We'll see you again.